review for quiz 3 of the Civil War. What took Lincoln so long to issue the Emancipation Proclamation? Okay, he was waiting for a Union victory on the field of battle. To liberate or set free from bondage. To emancipate. A plan of action to achieve a military goal. Is a tactic. A settlement of a dispute in which two or more sides agree to accept less than they originally wanted. A compromise. A group of artillery pieces arranged to form a unit. A battery. A bitter or hated enemy who seems all-powerful. Nemesis. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Okay, it freed all the slaves living in states that seceded from the Union. Lee hoped to accomplish at least two things by invading the North. What were they? Okay, he wanted to confiscate needed food and supplies, and he wanted to gain political support from either England or France. Why did the Union lose the battle at Fredericksburg? Okay. Burnside ran from the fight rather than face Lee, and Burnside was unable to adapt to changing circumstances. Why did Jackson and Lee seem unbeatable? Okay, the Union seemed to have every advantage and still kept losing. And they had won huge victories despite their underdog status. Lincoln was personally opposed to slavery. Why then did he not end it the moment he was elected president? Okay. The authority you have when you're president didn't give him the legal right to do it. The reason that Lincoln was able to end slavery is because we were at war. And when we're at war, the president gets certain wartime powers, and it's those powers that allowed him to end slavery. Okay? Despite another big victory at Chancellorsville, why was the Confederate cause in trouble, even though they won? Okay. You should have said Stonewall Jackson was killed in the battle, and the South couldn't replace their fallen soldiers. Who counted slaves as 3/5 of a person? Okay, constitutional ratification. Free states had to turn over fugitive slaves, according to what? Fugitive slave law. What was the set latitude 36 minutes 30 degrees as the north-south dividing line? Okay, that was the Missouri Compromise of 1820. Slaves had no rights because they were considered property. The Dred Scott decision. What allowed Kansas to decide the slavery issue for themselves? The Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. California was admitted as a free state, and slave trading was banned in Washington, D.C., according to what? The Compromise of 1850. Something that provides energy or motivation to accomplish something or to undertake something. Impetus. To make a substitute for something out of available materials. To improvise. An organized action to prevent people or goods entering or leaving a place. A blockade. In law, the first decision of its kind. A precedence. A change in a legal document such as the Constitution. Amendment. In a political sense, how did the Battle of Fredericksburg affect Lincoln the most? It caused people to question his ability of whether he could lead the nation in time of a war. Okay. I want you to go through... Oh, I guess I'm not done. Sorry. How did the Battle of Antietam, or Sharpsburg, affect the North and the South? Okay. The Battle of Antietam, or Sharpsburg, nobody really won. But it caused the English and the French not to support the South at that time. It boosted the morale of the North. But remember, McClellan was relieved of duty because he wasn't aggressive enough. And also, less than a week later, the Emancipation Proclamation was issued. True or false? There are references to slavery in the United States Constitution. True. What were the two big mistakes that McClellan made that cost him a victory over Lee at Antietam, or Sharpsburg? Okay, he failed to use 1/3 of his army, and he kept his headquarters too far from the battlefield. When it came to the Civil War, what was Lincoln's top priority? Okay, to preserve the Union. Recognition by England would help the Confederacy. Why? Okay. It would guarantee them independence, and it would give them a stronger ally. Okay, I want you to go through and study this. Go back through it. Make sure you know it before you take this quiz.